Hey sweeties, welcome back to another video. I hope you are all having a beautiful day. So today I'm going to be doing my nails, and I'm going to be doing, in my opinion, a bit of a classy design. And I've got my gel extensions on already, and I feel like every time I do gel extensions, it just ends up being easier and easier each time. Like this is my, I think, around fourth time, and there is so much improvement from when I first started doing them. I normally use the Jello base gel, which works great. I love it. But I recently got this and I just wanted to give it a try. This is from enailcouture. This is a hardy gel, and it's like an 8-in-1 product, and it's worked really well as well. It's similar to the killing base gel. It's just a little bit thinner, I would say. So yeah, we're going to be doing some nude glittery nails with a DVOK kind of cat eye French effect, and I've got some rhinestones, some iridescent ones. So let's just get on into the painting. Like I say, my nails are already all prepped, so let's get on into the design. So as a base for my nails, I'm going to be using this Born Pretty gel, and I actually hauled this in a Temu haul a little while ago, and it's just like a pink glittery kind of nude. So it's got a slight shimmer to it, and I just thought now would be a good opportunity to use it because I've not used it before. So I did just wipe over my nails with acetone just to make sure they're nice and dehydrated, because I want the gel to stick and just last. Yeah, for my gel extension tips, I used my Jello almond shaped tips, which I just absolutely use these tips. I love these tips. I mean, granted, they're actually the only tips. No, that's a lie, actually. I tried the Beatles tips, and they were just way too curved for my nails. They were just popping off. I have quite flat nails, and the Jello ones tend to fit my nails really, really well. And I really like the almond shape. I think it's super classy and super pretty. But I've not tried any others, so maybe when I try others, I will like them as well. And I find with the Jello tips, for me, I don't actually have to file them around the cuticle much. The sizes tend to fit me pretty well as is. The only one I do have to file and have a little bit extra work with is the thumb. But that's pretty good going, I think, because normally you have to kind of adjust most of them. But what I do is I did a layer of peel off base coat, and then I go in with a layer of the hardy gel, which I just showed you from enailcouture, and then I set that for a minute as well. And then what I actually do is I do a really, really thin layer of the hardy gel as my nail glue on the actual nail plate, and I don't set it, and then I add the hardy gel to the tip as well, and I kind of press it at a 45-degree angle onto the nail. And I find adding that layer of hardy gel to the nail uncured just helps me kind of slide it into place and make sure I'm not getting any air bubbles and everything. So yeah, that's my process. That's what I do. And I never used to paint on the nail an uncured layer, but I watched a video and someone did it, and it just made a lot of sense to me. So I thought, I'm going to try that, and it worked really well for me. Maybe I find it difficult filming the process of putting on the nail tips, because I find I need to be really close to see what I'm doing, and obviously the camera kind of gets in the way a bit. But if you guys want, I could try and film a process video of how I've been doing my nail tips. Obviously, I'm not the most experienced person in the world, but it's always fun to see how other people do it, I suppose. So this is a super pretty colour. It's just really sheer. It's got a slightly pink base, and you can see that glitter kind of coming through a bit. I didn't want anything too opaque because I wanted just that kind of sheer, kind of jelly vibe, because the cat eye that we're using from DVOK is also kind of sheer and jelly-like, so I thought it would just match easier. I find jelly colours as well, because we are going to be ombreing the DVOK colour. I find jelly colours easier to ombre as well. So I'm just going to cure this for 60 seconds using my Melody Susie lamp. So I just realised, guys, I actually wanted to do my ring finger and thumb as a full green cat eye nail, and I did paint on the base pink, but that's fine. I suppose it doesn't really matter having a little bit of a base pink underneath. Like I say, this is a very sheer colour anyway, but I'm just going to do a second coat of colour just on the remaining nails, just so we get like an even base for the nails. And I don't know, I think it just looks nice. And look, you can see the difference a little bit. So yeah, so I'm not going to do a second coat on the ring finger and thumb, because like I say, I am going to use the full cat eye effect on that nail. So there wouldn't really be much point really, we'd just be wasting product. But yeah, I actually really like these colours from Born Pretty. Like I say, I kind of went through a phase of buying them off Temu, and I've only used them a handful of times, so I thought I'd give them a go and see what they were like. Obviously, I wanted to do nails using mainly my Korean products, but I've realised I don't actually own any nude nail Korean products. So if anyone has any recommendations of like nice, pretty nudes, off like sweetienailsupply or something like that, let me know, because I always love expanding my collection, and I do love the quality of Korean nail products. They are just really beautiful. But yeah, so that's 2 coats on them ones. You can kind of see the difference compared to this finger and the ring finger. It's just super pretty. So let's just cure that again. So I've got my DVOK cat eye, and this is in DM19. I can't remember the actual name for it, but I've wanted this colour for the longest time, but it was out of stock on sweetienailsupply, and it finally came back in stock, so obviously I had to pick it up. And it is, like I say, it is a very sheer colour, but the cat eye effect that you get from it is really beautiful. So I'm just going to do a full coat on my thumb and ring finger, just because I want to really showcase the beautiful goodness. Do you know what, guys, I actually love green nail polish. Don't get me wrong, it has to be the right kind of green. Obviously there's loads of different shades and things like that, but I do love green nail polish. I just find it's a beautiful colour, and if anything ever has glitter or anything like this, obviously I'm just gonna love it, because I'm like a magpie and I love sparkly things. So let's grab my magnet so we can see how this works. So I've just got my magnet here. Look how stunning that is. It's so beautiful. And we are actually going to do 2 coats of the cat eye, just so it's nice and opaque. But I love translucent jelly colours because they just look like glass. So I'm just going to quickly flash cure that and then do my ring finger. So the reason I flash cure when I do cat eye effects with the magnet is because if you don't, the magnet effects can actually move if you don't set it straight away. So I always just like to flash cure just so I get the design set in place, because cat eye gels can be temperamental. At least in my opinion, I do find it a bit difficult getting the desired effect that I want. So when I do get the desired effect, I want to set it straight away just to make sure that it stays in place. This colour is so beautiful. It definitely gives me like ethereal fairy vibes. And you can see how quickly like the magnet moves the actual particles. I find when I've used cheaper products compared to my Korean cat eye gels and things like that, I do find that like the particles move quicker and more abruptly on the Korean ones. Like they're just more effective. But let me know if you guys tried any good cheaper cat eye gels. So I'm just going in with the second layer of the cat eye gel, just to really build it up and make it not so much opaque, just to get the colour intensity and get that green really shining through, because it is a beautiful colour and we want to showcase it as much as possible. Like, you can already see how much more intense that green is just on the second coat. So that is great. I'm really happy with that. And you can do, like, I know some people like to demagnetize the first layer. To be honest, it depends on how I'm feeling. I've not really noticed too much of a difference in effect on whichever way I do it. So it just depends how I'm feeling. I felt like magnetizing each layer today. So that is fine. And it's turning out beautiful. So, you know, just do whatever works best for you. So, second layer, then let's grab my magnet. This colour has like a gold shift and it's just beautiful. But it also has like kind of iridescent blue glitter throughout it as well. Let's see. So, can you see that? Wow, so pretty. So, how are you guys doing anyway? I'm actually having a really good week. It's a really beautiful day today. The sun is shining. My sister has come to visit, so I've been going around my mum's house to see my sister, which is always fun. And I just had a really good day yesterday. I didn't really do anything, but you know, I was just sat in the garden, just enjoying life. We had good food. It was a really lovely day. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely time as well. I think what it is as well is I love spring and summer, and all of the dandelions have started blooming, like when you're out and about and things, and all of the flowers have started having buds on them, which just lets me know in a month or so everything's just going to be absolutely beautiful. I remember when I was younger, I used to love winter and autumn. And don't get me wrong, I still like them months. But now that I'm older, I do definitely just love spring and summer. I just love all the flowers and just how beautiful everything is. And I really like how it's like, it doesn't get dark super late. When it's winter in the UK, it gets dark at about 5 in the afternoon. Whereas in the summer, it's already started getting dark at around, I'd say between 6 and 7. And later on in the summer, it gets darker even later than that. Sometimes it can be like 9, 10 at night and the sun is just setting. So I really enjoy that. I love just enjoying the sunshine, being able to sit outside. So yeah, let's cure that for a full 60 seconds. So I'm just going to attempt to do the ombre on the other nails. And I actually saw this is like the pictures that they have on sweetienailsupply, you know, it's like the advertisement for this colour. And I just thought it looked so beautiful and I wanted to try and get that effect. So I'm just going to paint it on probably about half of the nail. And this is just me gauging on how to do it, guys. This could be like completely wrong. So we're just going to see how it goes. And I'm just going to drag it down a bit. Because like I say, because this is a jelly-ish colour, it should be relatively easy to ombre. So I've got that painted on my nail. And then I've got this kind of angled brush that I got off Temu. And I'm just going to dab ever so slightly and attempt to ombre. And I'm trying to be really gentle with dabbing because if I press too much, I feel like it kind of messes it up and makes it splodgy. Like, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the French ombre nails just one at a time because they are a bit more technical. I'm going to attempt to activate the magnet, which is working easily because these colours are just super good and high quality. And then I'm just going to push up in the centre just to try and focus the colour at the tip maybe. How does that look, guys? yeah, I think that looks quite nice. So let's just flash cure that, and then we'll do the others as well. So I really need advice, guys, on how to clean my brushes after using them for like gel art, because I feel like I always attempt to clean them with like Scrub Fresh. I'll like rinse them out and scrub them in it, but it never cleans them properly, and when I come back to using them again, they've always gone hard. But when I do clean them, they do seem like they've cleaned. So I always find it really confusing. Like, what are good products for cleaning gel brushes? I need to know, because obviously I don't want to be buying brushes all the time. I would rather look after my brushes and get care and use out of them. Like, that just seems like the smart financial thing to do. So let me know if anyone has any recommendations on how to care for their gel brushes, because I don't want to ruin mine, and I feel like I keep ruining them. So yeah, when I went and got this out the case, it wasn't terrible, but this one was slightly hard, which obviously isn't great. And then let me just do the pinky. Yeah, because this colour is so sheer, guys, it's super easy to like just fade out. And I think because I've got like a pink glittery base as well, it just really helps with making it fade out basically. So let me do the magnet. This colour is so beautiful. I just love colours like this, like blues, greens and pinks are just my calling. They are so stunning. I'm trying to be super quick so that we can get these cured. Yep, so let me just cure that. I'm just going to go in with a second layer of the ombre on each nail. And I'm just going to do this all in one go, because we've got the first layer on now. So it should be, in my mind, it should be a quicker process. So let's see. And I'm kind of torn. I don't know whether to go in with rhinestones, or I actually have these really pretty kind of fairy-esque stickers as well, and I'm kind of torn. Or maybe we should do both, but would that be too much? I was trying to keep these just nice and classy and nice and simple, and I don't know, I'm not really spending a whole lot of time on them. I feel like for me, the longest part of doing my nails is always applying the gel extensions, and once I've got them on, the rest of it is actually quite a quick process, especially if I already have a plan in mind. If I don't have a plan for what I'm going to do, then obviously it takes longer, because I'm trying to figure out what kind of design I want and everything. But if I already know what I want to do, which I kind of did with this nail set, then it's quite a quick process, which is great. I think it is just one of those things where practice just absolutely makes perfect. Because like I say, even with applying my nails with the Gel X, I feel like I'm getting a lot better at making them less crooked as well. Don't get me wrong, I do sometimes still get a bit of a bodge job, and one of them is a bit crooked and looks a bit funny. But I feel like when I first started doing them, I was rushing to get it set as quick as possible. Whereas now, because I'm using a thicker glue gel, which I've realised was a bit of the problem, I can kind of take my time and really get it placed on the nail where I want to be. The first time I used the Beetles nail glue gel, which is a really thin consistency, and I just didn't get on with it at all. I found that the nail kept popping off, and I had to hold it really firmly on place, and also it just kept shifting around a lot as I was trying to cure it, which made it just go a bit wonky. So I definitely recommend using a thicker nail glue gel. I've not really used solid nail glue gels, but I am intrigued to use them. But like I say, the nail glue gels that I've been enjoying are the Hardy gel from enailcouture and Jello, just because they are a bit of a thicker consistency, and I just prefer that. They're so much easier to work with compared to thin ones. But I do wonder what a solid nail glue gel would be like, because obviously that it's solid, it's thick, So maybe that'd be even easier to control. So these are the stickers I was thinking of putting on a couple of my nails. I think I might just put them on the full green nails, just because I think it'd look pretty. They've kind of got a iridescent shift to them, so they're white with kind of like a shift, which is super pretty. So I'm going to put this big one on my thumb. Oh, doing it the wrong way. I always do that. See, I want it to be this way, so when people see my nails, the butterflies are all the right way. Oh, I can't get it off. Right, so I'm going to place that one on my thumb and see how that looks. It might not even be that noticeable, to be honest, guys, but we'll see. Let's try and get it stuck down as well as possible. So yeah, what do we think? Yes, no? I think it looks nice. It just adds a bit of interest to the nails, you know? And then I'm also going to do just a little one just on this ring finger. And this one looks to be the littlest, so I'm going to go with that one and just kind of place it so it looks like it's curving around the nail. They are sticking a bit. They don't have a super sticky back to them, so I am going to have to put on a really thick kind of top coat to get them to stick down, which is fine. I do prefer when my nail stickers have a sticky backing because I find they just stick way easier, but you know, it is what it is. So they are on. They look super pretty. So them fairy stickers are on and I think they look really pretty. They're not super noticeable, they're just pretty. So I'm actually going to go in with my rhinestones now, and I got this set off Temu, and it's actually in kind of iridescent rhinestones collection, so they all have shifts to them. And I'm kind of trying to decide between these yellow or these, well, sorry, white or these green ones. So these two. I might use the green ones just because I feel like I'm less likely to use green, so it'd be good to use them. So let me just scoop some out. Where is my little cuticle pusher thing? Oh, it's there. Yeah, so let me just scoop some out. And I don't want there to be a rhyme or reason. I just want kind of a random effect to them. So let me just get quite a few. And I'm just going to place them just on my nails and see how it looks, basically. So I'm going to be using my Born Pretty rhinestone glue. This stuff works amazing. I always find they stay really well. And let's start with the pinky. So let's put a nice one in the centre. I do have a proper rhinestone tool. But the tip of it actually came off, which was super disappointing. I wasn't expecting it. So I am now using this. I'm going to place that a bit further up actually, because I don't want it merging into because it's got a green base, I feel like it's going to cover the actual nude too much. I'm just going to dollop it on in places and place some gems and just see what happens. So let's see, let's try this little triangle. I only have super tiny nails anyway, so my working space is super limited. Some people have really long nails, which are beautiful, but I do not. So we work with what we are given. Is that too much? No, I think that looks pretty. Like I say, I don't want them to be super straight or organised. I just want them to be a bit random because they're not super noticeable because they do have that kind of aurora effect, but they're noticeable enough when they're in the sunlight. I'm going to take a video of these in the sunlight once we are finished, and you'll really be able to see just how beautiful they are. So let me just cure this. This again is off Temu, this little lamp, and it works absolutely great. It's amazing. There we go, lovely. So let's move on to this bigger finger, which I might put a little butterfly on because it might be cute. There we go, I'm literally just dolloping it about. And this wax pencil is actually working really great. I wasn't sure if it would or not. These gems are so pretty. I can't remember if I said, but this was about £4 this set. £4 to £5, so I'm really happy with it. Let's see, let's do this long. Does that look okay? Yeah, that looks good. Maybe this one. I'm just basically plonking them on the nail and just hoping for the best. I do want this butterfly to kind of have a moment of its own though. There, super pretty. Let's just flash cure that. These gems as well, they kind of have a blue shift. I think each colour has like different shifts and things, which is nice. Because obviously you can use them for loads of different nail sets. They're really versatile, which is great. So let's try this bow, because we don't have a bow on yet. Cute. And I might keep this one just a bit simpler with just that and that. I think that looks pretty. What do you guys think? Do we think these fingers need a little gem anywhere? I don't know. So many decisions, it's hard. There we go. Right, so I'm going to cure these for a full cure just to make sure the gems are all secure in place, and then we will top coat everything. So I was umming and ahhing, and I actually decided against putting gems on the full green fingers, just because I feel like it's got enough with just the actual stickers on. So what I'm going to do is I'm using my Yogurt Zero Top Gel, and I'm going to apply quite a generous amount of top gel to each nail, just to lock all the stickers in, to lock all the gems in. And I do actually go over the gems myself, just because I want them to last for as long as possible without popping off. So I find if I use the rhinestone gel and then also go in with top coat afterwards, it just gives them the best chance for lasting, basically. And I have actually been really enjoying this top coat. It's not like super thick or super thin. It's kind of like a happy medium. And I am actually running low on it. I didn't realise how much base and top coat I would end up going through. Once I started doing my nails more regularly, I've actually used it up quite quickly. Especially when you do nail art and things, because you do tend to do like a few layers of top coats just to like seal everything in. I have already bought a new top coat. I've bought the yogurt one because I know it's really popular and it's a super thick consistency, and I just wanted to give it a go. I feel like everyone's always raving about it, so I did buy that one to try next. But obviously I just want to make sure I'm using up my product before I open new ones. With bases and top coats, especially with colours, obviously it's going to take forever to use up a colour, so you kind of just keep them in your collection. But with like tools and things like top coats, you know, you can really focus on using them up just to like not waste money, basically. I'm just really trying to make sure that I'm really getting in all the nooks and crannies of in between the gems, because I want to make sure everything is top coated properly. Oh, couldn't even see, guys. So yeah, I think these are looking super pretty. I like how the gems have that kind of blue shift despite the cat eye being a gold cat eye, because there is actually, like I mentioned earlier, blue glitter within this colour as well, so it kind of matches really well. I'm really happy with them. They all look very cohesive. Oh, let me just grab that hair. This is the thing, when you have pets and you do your nails, like, you've got to like double check everything to make sure you're not painting hairs into your nails. I'm sure there has been many occasions when I have accidentally cured a hair into my nail and I have not realised. And that is fine. Sometimes these things happen, but I do always wipe down my area and try and make sure it's really clean before I start, just because I do have loads of pets and I love them, so that's never going to change. But obviously we don't want hairy nails, we want clean nails. So final top coat just for the pinky. See what I mean? Like another big dog hair. Ew. I don't even know. They're not even in the room right now, so I don't even know how this is happening. Normally he does come and sit with me actually when I'm doing my nails. He loves being in the bedroom for some reason. I think it's because I have a toddler, so he tries to escape like the madness downstairs when I'm doing my nails and she's with her daddy. Just a final brush over. Oh, I always do that. I always almost finish with a top coat and then I'll whack it on something. Right, so they are all top coated. Let me just go set them. So here's the roundup of everything I used. I'm really happy with everything, guys. Obviously the star of the show was the DVOK colour. These gems are beautiful. I'm really impressed with how my Gel-X extensions applied with the Hardy gel. And I just think the nails turned out super cute. Let me just turn on flash so we can see how iridescent they are. So yeah, here is with flash on. I'm also going to get like a video in the sunshine, because I always think colours like this, especially glittery iridescent ones, they just really shine in the sunlight and look so beautiful. But I think this set just turned out so cute. I really, really love it. And like I say, it didn't take me too long to do. The Gel-X extensions probably took me about an hour and a half, and then to do the gel and everything itself probably took an hour. So 2 hours and a half isn't too bad in my opinion. I think they look really pretty. But yeah, let me get that sunlight video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and always leave a comment if you have any thoughts, or just let me know about your day. I love to hear how you guys are doing. But thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye guys.